Dan, this is your first fight in Strikeforce. Now tell us about, you started in an era where MMA was almost going to be extinct. Now you've kind of seen it come full circle. You're going to headline a CBS primetime event. Tell us what that means to you.
It's been a fun process to watch the sport grow over the years, and then I wouldn't say it was going to be extinct because it was pretty rampant all over the world, and it took a little while for the U.S. to get on board, and now that they have, it really has been steamrolling the last 5 years. And, it's something that the sport's progressed so much, and thankfully I've kind of progressed with it and became, when I first started, I was just a wrestler, went and trained for 2 weeks and then started fighting, and you can't do that now. There's no way. The fighters are so complete now and well-rounded that I can't be just a wrestler and go out there and expect to win. So, it's been a nice process and exciting to learn new moves every day, and that I think is what's kept me on top.
It's been a few months now since you left UFC's green pastures to see if Strikeforce is a little bit greener grass over here. Are you about tired of defending your move by this point in time?
I never really felt like I had to defend it at all. It was a good decision for me, and that's all there was to it. It was maybe not the best move for everybody, but the situation I was in and the situation Strikeforce was in, it was a good match. And I think both of us were real happy with the deal that we came up with, and I'm sure that Dana White wasn't real happy that I left, and would much rather have had me over there, but I think he didn't value me like I did and like Strikeforce did, I guess.
Nice. Now you came off probably one of the most vicious knockouts ever with Michael Bisping, UFC 100. You parlayed that now into a new contract with Strikeforce. You're bringing your own, following to the new organization. How important do you think it is that they put you on the CBS card to headline that right off the bat?
Well, I think that was the game plan to begin with. Really the reason why they brought me in was to help build their organization, to help maybe bring new fighters, and definitely to bring new fans to the sport and the Strikeforce. And I do have. I'd like to think I have a pretty big fan base out there, and I'm sure that they'll be tuning in to watch me fight April 17th. So, I'm excited to be out there and fighting on CBS.
Now, we talked to Scott Coker, Strikeforce CEO, a little bit earlier. He mentioned that you actually called for Jake Shields before Gegard Mousasi, although you can fight at both middleweight and light heavyweight. Was there a reason specifically why you went for Jake Shields instead of the man standing right there?
It was one of those things. I was coming off a big win at 185, and it made more sense to start there and see what happens. And I definitely need to beat Jake before anything else can really be talked about. So, and I think Jake, he's had a couple big wins lately, and he's dangerous. So it's definitely a matchup that excites me and gets me motivated to train hard, and it'll be a challenge.
You've been all over, with all due respect. You fought in a lot of organizations around the world. Can you kind of compare the two most recently as far as what Strikeforce is doing to promote this event and what you've experienced in the past 5 UFC promotions that you participated in with them?
It's a whole different thing with CBS on board. This is mainstream now, and before the UFC had a model where they would promote their pay-per-views. My first fight with them was on Spike TV, which was probably their biggest viewed event ever, just on Spike TV. So with me and Quentin Jackson, since then it's just been the pay-per-view model where they have kind of a countdown show. They kind of give you a little bit of background on the guys, but it's mostly about the UFC. And I think I'm excited to be a part of CBS and see what they have. It's a little bit early in the process. The promotion is just now getting rolling, so we'll see what happens.
Awesome. One last shout out to your fans if you want to let them know what's going to happen on April 17th in Tennessee.
3 title fights on Strikeforce on CBS, and it's going to be exciting. Tune in CBS or get your butts out there to Nashville.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Dan. Best of luck. Congratulations.